Helping to shape the future, Louisiana Farm Bureau young farmers and ranchers traveled to Washington, D.C. this week to meet with policymakers to share their personal stories. The current hot topics include labor wages, disaster relief, and eliminating red tape. Josh Meeks is at the nation's capital to tell us about the importance of these meetings.
Kristen, we're here in Washington, D.C., and as you can see, the weather's not great, but we're here with 8 young farmers and ranchers because this is truly where the rubber meets the road for Farm Bureau. They're hoping their stories and struggles will help shape the policy that comes out of this building that helps farmers across the state. Unfortunately, most members of Congress were not in the district for this trip, but congressional staff members brought their notepads and recommendations. In all, this group saw 6 of Louisiana's 8 delegates. Together, these farmers represent all areas of the state. The Duncans from Rapides Parish, the Lees from Vermilion Parish, the Gerasas from St. Landry Parish, Raquel Manuel of Evangeline Parish, and Kirtland Carey from Grant Parish. They shared stories of dry crawfish ponds, struggles to pay workers, and the all too restrictive red tape. It's a lot of work stretched across long days, but it's important to ensure that agriculture is allowed to thrive. These members also got to tour the Capitol, and thanks to Louisiana's new position at the top of the House of Representatives, also got exclusive access to the rarely seen Speaker's balcony.
They've been a part of their local level and worked their way up into the state level, and all these were state committee members. And so we talk about it, we train about it, but putting into action is a whole different ballgame. And they did so well. It's a testament to all of our staff and other leaders that they're following in behind, that have shown them how to do this. But there's no experience like coming up to D.C. and just the access as Americans that we get to walk in the halls of Congress through a little security and get to go tell them what's going on in Louisiana with agriculture, and it always makes an impact.
Now, this was just a taste of this D.C. trip. We're going to hear from these young farmers and ranchers on next week's show. The things that they want to see changed, the policies, those personal stories that we talked about. For now, reporting from Washington, D.C. for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Josh Meeks.
Now, Josh, this was your first trip to D.C. as well, so what did you think?
That's right, and while it's not great right now, I gotta say I really did have a wonderful time on this trip. We're literally in the shadow of the Washington Monument, the Capitol behind us. You know, I was walking right by the White House the other day, and President Joe Biden flew literally right over my head in Marine One. I mean, the history that's here, it's so rich and just surrounds you. And that's just part of it, you know, coming here and getting to experience, you know, the changes that they're trying to enact with Farm Bureau is really what it's all about.
Glad you enjoyed the trip. We're looking forward to hearing from our young farmers and ranchers in next week's story.